In my career, I used to think that being a good project manager meant being organized, stick to the plan, and knowing the right answers. Well, while those are really good characteristics to have, in real world, project management is very nuanced. There are competing priorities, we follow a plan, and miss deadline. And you may have the best methodologies in the world, but the project run by people, not documents. What I learned in a hard way is that the real project success doesn't come from knowing the right answer. It's coming from how you show up as a leader, or having the people skills, or being able to communicate the challenges and finding those resolutions as a team. And today I want to share some of the methods and mindsets that I've learned along the way, some of them in the hard way, but definitely helped me become a better project manager. And I hope that you find this video helpful. My name is Nemka. I'm a certified project manager, and my goal here is to share project management tools, resources, and lessons learned with you so that you succeed in your career. Before getting into the mindsets, I want to mention something that is often gets ignored. Project managers, we're not machines. Even the most capable PMs sometimes get burned out, get tired, and in the process of coordinating all the chaos throughout the project, there are times that we don't feel at our best. So these mindsets are not an indication that you have to show up every single day with these mindset perfectly. No, it's more a guidance for you to come back and utilize these takeaways into your day-to-day project management. First mindset is servant leadership. So servant leadership is really about, as a project manager, we are the facilitator and we enable, coach, and remove blockers from our team so that our team do their best and they are productive. But what I see our project managers struggle, including myself, is the control. Because we have the responsibility of managing and coordinating every single process of the project. And with that, what happens is that we start escalating the conflict and relying on authority instead of on influence. Because we insert ourselves every single decision because we feel responsible for the outcomes. What really happens is that the team starts to disengage and project manager becomes bottleneck because we're trying to figure every single thing out. And people slowly stop taking ownership. We want to make sure our team is empowered so they do their job and they are show up with ideas, solutions, so that we can keep the project moving. So what can we do as project managers to empower our team and utilize the servant leadership skills? Resolve issues at the lowest level possible. Ask better questions instead of issuing directives. Questions like, what is the concern and what do you think the right solution is? Consider how you can empower your team and foster an ownership. By stepping back, you allow others to step up, which can lead to more engaged and proactive team. And lastly, let the team solve problems. Remember, great leadership is about creating an environment where everybody feels empowered and valued. And from project manager's perspective, you would stay in problem-solving mode every day, and that's incredibly draining. Servant leadership helps you protect your energy by coaching instead of controlling and letting the team solve the problems. Mindset number 2, people first. Really what it is that addressing people before tools. A common pattern that I see in project management is that prioritize the schedules, tools, plans before addressing the conflict or before talking to the team. Updating the schedules instead of having a conversation and pushing documentation before making sure that the team is aligned. And avoiding uncomfortable conversations are going to lead us into a misunderstanding over time. And people are gonna rework, and that's gonna be incredibly frustrating. And stakeholders are starting to escalate, asking questions, what's going on? What can we do as a project manager to implement this mindset? Number 1, clarify expectations early and address those conflicts directly and use documents to support those alignments. So the third mindset is proactive thinking. Being proactive as a project manager really means is that anticipating and preventing issues before they arise. One of the struggles I see project managers go through is reacting and explaining later. Instead of jumping in and making sure to take proactive actions, waiting until something happens and then react and fight the fire. What we don't want to do is wait until those issues become visible, saying, well, we couldn't have predicted this, or constantly fighting a fire. And on top of that, when a project manager appears stressed, it often sends a ripple effect through the team. So it's very important that I recognize those stress in the role and make sure that project is going in the right direction. From project manager's perspective, when you're always responding to visible problems, your nervous system is going to stay on high alert. But with proactive thinking, we can change that dynamic. We would want to pay attention to those early signals and patterns and preparing different options before a risk becomes an issue and reduce those uncertainty as much as we can. So basically, reactive project managers look busy, proactive project managers look competent. And last but not least, a healthy relationship with change. Change is normal. Where I see project managers struggle is reject change emotionally, frame it as a failure, or create an us versus them dynamic with stakeholders and with their team. And if that happens, resentment builds, and decisions happen in the shadows, and the project managers get labeled as rigid. So that is not something we want that to happen. How can we utilize this mindset? Analyze impact calmly, facilitate decisions objectively, and communicate trade-offs clearly. So we talk about communicating trade-offs clearly. It's essential to be both transparent and strategic. So this gives us an opportunity to analyze things calmly and make decisions objectively. So we would take that as an opportunity and learn from it and move on. Strong project managers don't stop the change, they manage it.